Hello, welcome to Cooking with Yolanda again. My name is Yolanda and I'm your host for today. What I'm going to be preparing for you today is a favorite dish of mine called ceviche. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that correctly, but if not, I apologize. But ceviche is like a seafood chip dip, if you will. It's prepared cold and it's extremely delicious. One of my favorite things to order if I go out. Alright, so let's get started. First we're going to need a pound of peeled and deveined shrimp. And I have that here in the refrigerator. Alright, so it's going to be the raw. So what you're going to want to do is take the peeled and deveined shrimp and let's go ahead and drain it. You know, just drain out any extra. We're going to rinse it off as well. Okay, so once it's all rinsed off and drained, what we're going to do next is we're going to want to cut this into like about 1/2 inch pieces. So that way when we get ready to cook it, it will cook evenly. Alright, so let me go ahead and cut this down. And since these are peeled and deveined, they don't have tails on or anything, you can just go ahead and just cut them up into about 1/2 inch pieces like this. Okay, so I'm almost done cutting this. What I'm going to do is get a bowl to put this in, because what we're going to do is we're going to put all of the citruses into a bowl together and we're going to mix the shrimp inside of that. So what we're going to want to do is go ahead and get the bowl prepared that we're going to do that in. So let me go ahead and get that. So, go ahead and start putting the shrimp pieces into the bowl and finish cutting them. Okay, so we have that all cut up, and the pieces are about this size, about 1/2 inch. Is what you want to do. Like I said, it makes it easier when you get ready to put the citrus in there. Alright, so next, what we're going to do is go ahead and get our citruses sliced. So we're going to get another bowl, and let's just use this bowl. And what we're going to do is take the lemon and we're going to cut that up. And we're just going to quarter this. If you can see that here, we're going to quarter it. And then we're just going to squeeze the juice out. Well, I'm showing you this way because you can either do it that way or you can cut it in half and use a lime juicer. I'm looking at the wrong camera. So, alright, so we can do it this way. When you do it this way, you have to kind of hold your hand under it so that the seeds don't get inside. So we use the juicer next to it. Alright, so that is, we're going to use, actually, it's going to be a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So I just kind of play it by ear, and I'll cut up a few lemons because, you know, they vary in size, so it's kind of hard to determine which is going to be enough. You can use, like I said, the juicer if you like as well. So this is okay. There it is. This lemon is kind of big. So. Alright, so you can just juice the lemon out like that with the juicer. And I'm just going to do this until it looks like it's about a 1/4 cup. And then I'm going to actually measure it to make sure. Alright. Okay. Alright, so looks like it's about a 1/4 cup, I think. Well, what do you know? It's right at a 1/4 cup. Alright, so next, I'm going to put that back in here first though. We're going to juice the lime. So we're going to do the same thing, a 1/4 cup of lime. So. And limes are a little bit smaller than lemons, so I just play it by ear. I'm going to cut more than just the 2 I cut for that. So I'm going to cut 4. And also what you can do with the limes is you can make a wedge out of it and then just kind of garnish your ceviche after you finish making it. Alright, so let's do the lime now. And I'm just going to squeeze it into a different cup so that I can measure it first before I pour it in here. Because I want to keep them measured because I don't want the lemon or the lime or the orange to overpower the other items in there. So, and limes are a little bit harder to juice because they're smaller, so it's kind of hard for them to fit in there. All right. Oops. They don't have as much juice in them as lemons do, so it's kind of hard to get a good amount of juice out of them. So. Okay. And whatever we don't use here, I'll go ahead and put as a wedge for a garnish. So they're really hard to juice. They're way harder than lemons to juice. All right. And I think that might be about a 1/4 cup. I'm going to do one more just in case. Okay. Alright, so let's measure that. I have a pretty good eye for that. I need to do one more though, I think. It looks like it's just a little shy of a 1/4. So we ended up using 3 limes and 2 lemons so far. Alright, so that is right at a 1/4 cup. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pour this into the bowl as well. Alright, next we have the orange juice. Right, so we're going to put a 1/4 cup of orange juice in there as well. So it's not going to be hard to get that, I tell you that. Alright, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the orange. And I think I'm just going to squeeze this in here. It's going to be pretty easy to get enough orange juice, I think, for this. It's going to be the same thing, a 1/4 cup of orange juice. Alright, let me measure that. Almost. So it looks like we're only going to need 1 orange. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Instead of a quarter cup, we're going to do a half a cup of orange juice. Sorry about that, guys. So we're actually going to need more. So I'm going to need 2 oranges actually. Alright, let's see. Yep, okay, so that was 1 orange and it did a quarter, so we're going to have to do another quarter, which is going to equal a half. So I'm going to get 1 more orange. What I'm going to do, since I know it's about quarter anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and pour it directly in here because this is seedless. So. Okay, alright, so that is the citrus is going in. So, okay. Alright, so I just want to remind you guys, go ahead and leave comments or suggestions or recommendations of things you want me to cook in the comment section. And definitely subscribe to my channel too. Alright, so let's start on the next step. So we have our citrus here in this bowl, and we have the shrimp here in this bowl. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour half of this citrus over the shrimp and then toss it around, and that lets the shrimp marinate. We got to let that marinate for a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So let me see if I can get this to where you guys can see it. So, and I'll show you after I finish. Alright, so, alright, let me go ahead and mix this up. And I don't know if you can see that, but what this is going to do, the citrus is actually going to cook the shrimp. Alright, so we're going to leave that over here to marinate. Set that to the side. Alright, and let me rinse this off. Next we're going to put all of the citrus items in here and then get this out of the way. Alright, so now we're going to dice up the tomato. So what we're going to need is, let me go ahead and clean this off. Alright, back. No cross-contamination, so we want to everything. Okay. Alright, next we're going to get the tomato going. Okay. And the jalapeno. And also we're going to get the cilantro and red onion started. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop all of this up and we're going to add that to the shrimp and then allow that to marinate a few more minutes after that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on that. We'll do the tomato first. So we're just going to do a basic dice on the tomatoes so that way they're in uniform size. to do about 4 to 5 tomatoes. These are Roman tomatoes, by the way. It only calls for 4, but I kind of like to do like a couple extra just in case I need them. So, all right, so okay, we'll throw this over here. All right, let me check on the shrimp. Let me give you guys a little peek on how the shrimp is looking. So, and see what it. I don't know if you can see it. See what it looks like. It looks like it's cooking. Like it doesn't look clear anymore. It looks. I think you can see that. Yeah. All right. So that's what it looks like. That's it. It sits in the citrus and it just does that. So, all right. All right. So we're gonna dice up some tomatoes. Let me get this over here so you can see what I'm doing actually. Let me get a sharper knife. Okay. Give you another look at the shrimp again. See how it's turning. You can see it turning pink now. I don't know if you can see that, but you see how it's turning pink. That's the citrus in the fruit actually cooking the shrimp. So it's pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna move all this extra stuff over here. All right, so, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in the tomatoes into the bowl, just to get these set to the side. And then next, I'm going to chop up the cilantro. I'm gonna do the jalapenos last because I like to wear gloves when I do those because they, you know, leave your fingers like spicy. So, all right. So cilantro last, so I'm gonna break things off first. All right, the cilantro is ready. I'm going to also rinse the cutting board off again. Usually just, if you can see this, I'll take the stems and just cut them right off at the bottom and toss those. And then go ahead and start chopping. Now I found the best way to chop cilantro is get a knife kind of like shaped like this, because you can kind of roll it back and forth really fast. So, all right, so you see that? And then it rolls it back and forth. It makes you to be able to make a finer chop too. I don't know if you can see that, but see, as I turn it and chop, the pow gets smaller and smaller because the chop is getting finer and finer. So. And this doesn't have to be super small, but you just want it small enough to be manageable so you can kind of determine how much you're going to use, because you don't have to use it all. I always just chop it all up and then just use what, you know, kind of blends well inside the mixture. All right, so next we're going to, I think we're going to do the jalapenos last, but let's see. I'm going to do the red onions. And then pit the avocados. So avocado's gonna go last. All right, so So I'm going to put this in the bowl with the tomatoes. And I'm not going to mix it all right now. I'm going to use a different bowl to mix it, but I'm just putting everything in here so that I can determine how much of everything I'm going to use. Get a towel to dry my hands with. Alright, so next we're going to, you know what, let's take another peek at the shrimp again while we're, so see that? See how it's still turning pink? So that's how it cooks. Alright. And then we're going to do the, what did I say, the red onion? Alright. I have a little one here, I'm not going to use that one. Alright. And again, let me rinse the cutting board off. Alright, so next we're going to chop up the red onion. Red onion, chop basically the same as you would a regular onion. I usually just split it down the middle and then just chop it up. So, alright, so let me get all the skin off of it. Well, let me pull this off first. And then we'll get all the extra skin off of it. And I'm going to rinse this off. Alright, so rinse that off. Then let me get this. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to chop it in half like we did the onion, or like we do the onion. And then just half them down. And then I just slice it. Just to get a nice dice. Now, it didn't say whether I needed to use a large or small red onion, so I just got a large one, and then anything I had left over I can always use for something else. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna dice this up. Everything. I'm going to need it all, so alright, then we're going to dice this side. Alright. Okay, I'm going to do just a few little extra chops on here. Try to get it a little bit more uniform. Alright, so we're going to put this in the bowl now. Alright. Like I said again, we're not going to use all of this, but we just want to, I can use it for something else, but I just like for it to have it chopped. Especially when I'm cooking other meals, I can just grab something out of the fridge and already be chopped and ready to go. So, alright, I'm going to rinse this again. Okay. Alright, next we have the avocados. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hit the avocados. So, let me show you how that's done. What I usually do is I just slice it in half evenly around. And then you pull it apart, and then you have a pit in there. Now, I don't recommend everybody try this. I've been doing it for a while, but, you know, if to be safe, let's lay it on the cutting board. And then you hit the pit inside with the knife. And then that'll, see how it holds it. And if you turn it, it'll pop the pit out. So, and we're going to do that on the other one as well. so that's both of those are out. And so we're just going to slice on the inside of the skin of the avocado. And this is a nice little trick I learned. I kind of taught myself, but I may have saw it on some cooking channel or something. But if you slice it all the way down to the skin like this, and since I'm going to be dicing it, I'm just going to go ahead and slice it across as well. But after you do that, while it's still inside, on all of them, and then you get a spoon. I have one right here actually. I have a spoon. Alright, if you get a spoon and scoop inside the avocado all the way around the edge of the skin, your avocado will come out already cut up. See that? Alright. So let's do that on the other three. Okay. And one more. Alright. Okay, now what I'm going to do though, the avocado I'm going to put in a separate container because they're kind of fragile and they'll mush up really fast, and you add them last, so you don't want them to be mixed around with other stuff because you don't want them to, like I said, get much trash. So I'm going to put them in a couple of containers here so that I can keep them separate for now. Alright, and I think we are down to the jalapeno. Now I do like to add a little bit of fresh garlic in here as well. It's optional, you don't have to, but I just do because I like garlic a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off again, and then we're going to do garlic and jalapeno. Okay. So, garlic and jalapeno. Now I have to wear gloves for the jalapenos because, like I said, it burns my fingers. So, alright, so, and jalapeno is based on whether you like it spicy or not. You can or can't use them, or don't have to. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so just cut the tips off. Oh, I forgot I don't have to talk during this part. And cut them in half. And then I like to use a spoon to scrape out the seeds in the vein, because that's where it's really spicy. I'm gonna rinse these off. Alrighty, so I'm going to use the smaller cutting board to go ahead and dice these up. Oh, this one got away from you. Alright, so what I usually do is I just kind of lay them on top of each other just to save some time. And slice them like that. Get them down to a manageable cut size, and then I'll go back, and then what I'll do is I'll chop them up like even tinier. So, because you want the jalapeno as small as you can get them. So. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the big cutting board to do the actual chopping because I'm going to use a bigger knife. So. Okay, so we're going back to the bigger cutting board so that I can chop these a little bit smaller with a bigger knife. Alright, so I'm going to dump these on the bigger cutting board and then get the bigger knife, the one that I can kind of rock back and forth. It's kind of made like this. So if I rock it back and forth. Alright, and it lets you chop it finer. Give you a quick shot of about what size you want this to be. So you see that? I wanted it maybe about that size. All of them about that size. So. Alright. Alright, and then let's take another look at our shrimp. Really fascinating. I like showing this. So see the shrimp, see how it's cooking? Pretty cool, right? Alright, so shrimp's still cooking in the citrus and jalapenos are chopped. Now we're going to go ahead and put the jalapenos in the bowl as well. And I'm kind of compartmentalizing and everything, putting it in its own little section in the bowl so that okay, try to show you. But that way, when I go to grab the ingredients, see how they're separated? I can just grab what I actually want. So, alright, so let me rinse this off because this is going to be spicy. I don't want to. Alright, and let me get the other cutting board back over here. Looks like I make the line. Okay. Alright, so once this has sat, it hasn't been 15 minutes yet, so once this has sat for 15 minutes, then we know it's safe to say that it's ready to eat. So we're going to go ahead and get a bowl and start putting together everything. So, oh, garlic first. Let's go ahead and do a couple of minces of garlic. It doesn't call for garlic. I just like garlic a lot, and I want to add some to it. So we'll mince about 4 cloves. Alright. So, easy on the garlic. Like it's, you just take the garlic and what I do is I just lay it down here flat and then I take a knife and then I smash it and it helps the skin come off faster. So, and I just do that on all of them. And then I go back and pull the skin off. Way easier. See that? See, the skin just comes off after you do that. I'm sure that's like not a new trick or anything, but alright, so okay, get this skin off. And I'm going to put this minced garlic, after I mince it, I'm going to put it in a separate container as well because like I said, it's just something I like to add. It's not something you have to have. So. But I'm not going to add that much of it, just enough to taste it. Alright. So, and where's my garlic press? Here it is. Alright, so you get a garlic press. Let me rinse my hands. I'll do that real quick. It's in my back pocket. Alright, so get a garlic press and you put the garlic inside of the press here in that little groove right there. And then I'm going to, like I said, take a separate container and then just press it through here. So you should see it come out in a second. There it is. Gotta give it a little muscle. Alright. And then let me put some more in here. And then press it through again. Like I said, take a little bit of muscle to get it through there, but doable. Alright, so what I'll do is like right here, because what it does, it flattens out on the inside. So I'm going to take a knife and just cut the excess off like that, so that it's all in there. And then see, it flattens out in here, so you can't really like do anything. I don't know if you can see that. Get that out of there. Alright, so let me go ahead and put that in there. Alright, so the garlic is over here and ready to go. Alright, so that's everything. So we have everything prepared. We're still kind of giving the shrimp a little bit more time to cook in the citric, but everything is basically ready. Alright, so we're going to get a bowl. And we're going to get some salt and pepper too. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and mix everything together. So we have our bowl with all our vegetables in there. We have our red onion. And like I said, I just kind of play it by ear to see what it looked like, how much I'm going to use. So I'm leaving like a little bit in there, if you can see that. So just in case, you know, I need more, maybe less. And then the jalapenos, I'm going to put those in there. Since I don't cut that many jalapenos, I go ahead and use all of that. And then the tomatoes are down in the bottom. I'll go ahead and put those in here as well. And the cilantro as well. So go ahead and do that. So let's see. So it looks like I can go ahead and use everything. Looks like everything's going to blend pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and add all of everything that's in the bowl. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and blend this up pretty good. I'm going to add the shrimp in last because alright, so and that little bit of garlic that I said I was going to use, I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. Okay. And mix that up really good. Can you see that okay? And then I am going to put in I'm going to put the avocado in last. I'm going to put a little bit of lime juice in here. And on the avocado. I'm going to go ahead and drain the shrimp. Alright, you can't get too close to this. Alright. And get the shrimp drained off. And I'm going to let that drain a little bit more. This is okay. And go ahead and add that to the vegetable mixture. Okay. Oh yeah, it's good. And we're going to go ahead and mix this. And what I'm going to do is the avocado, I'm going to kind of layer it on top after everything mixes up, so that you know, like I said, they don't get smashed around, because they're really fragile. They'll get smashed around. So. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that on top. Avocado. And, you know, we want to add the glass, and then that way we don't stir it as much, because we're basically done mixing it. Alright, so alright, and so what you're going to want to do, we're going to serve this up. I typically use like a beverage glass for this, because it's supposed to be served chilled. So what you can do, you can either chill it first and then put it in the glasses, or put it in the glasses and put the glasses in the fridge and let it chill first. But it's just a good way to eat it. You can just get a fork or your chips and do that. So let me go ahead and show you that. Hang on. Alright, so what I'll typically do is just put a glass either to the, doesn't matter where, you can put it in the center. And you want to get a spoon and go ahead and scoop up your ceviche. And like I said, it could be chilled first, so we're going to pretend we chilled it. And you don't have to have a plate this big, but you fill it up. Kind of make it nice and neat, and then you can get a lime. Kind of like a drink. And then get your favorite chips. My favorite chips are Hell Jalapeno. Scoops are good for this because there's a lot of chunks in it, but I'll go with the Hell Jalapeno. And then take some chips. And you just kind of put them around there. Or if this is going to be for 2 people, you could scoop up 2 glasses. And then that way you guys can share it. We'll put 2 in there. Get a little piece of lime wedge on there from the side of the glass. Around the entire thing like that, since we have a stick to it. Alright, there you go, ceviche. Again, leave comments, questions, suggestions in my comment box, and also please subscribe to my channel. If you have a suggestion on what you want me to try to prepare, I can do that. Thanks for watching.